Hello and welcome to the Land of Reiki and Aroma channel. My name is Sol and don't forget to subscribe. See you next video. Hello to you and welcome to the Land of Reiki and Aroma channel. It's a pleasure to have you around here for one more episode about the world of complementary therapy. So my name is Solange Carneiro. Everybody call me Sol. And I am a Reiki practitioner and teacher, flower essence therapy, and essential oil for emotion. And today we have a special guest in here, Juliana, and she's with us, as you can see, and she is specialized in E.F.T, and she will be talking about that today. So welcome, Juliana. It's so nice to have you around today, and please introduce yourself and tell about a little bit about you.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Sol, for having me here today. Yes, so my name is Juliana. I've been living in the UK for the last 15 years. My background is in law, but life has changed. And then 5 years ago, I became an E.F.T practitioner. And I've been working with clients ever since. And it's been a total life change for me in terms of having a job that allows me to help people. Yes, so that's what I do. And I see clients privately only. I see them online or face to face. And yeah, pretty much that's what I do.
Great. And you are in London, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, the previous guest, she was in Austria. So, yeah, so it's a very different places. But it's good because we are in this world that is everybody's connected to something, to the internet anyway. So,
oh yes,
we are all, we are connected.
Yeah, the beauty of the internet is that you can connect with people anywhere in the world, really. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's true. Very good. So let's start as our program is about. I always have some questions that normally everybody ask this question on Google or somewhere. So, but now we can ask straight away to Juliana. So, what is E.F.T? E.F.T stands.
okay. So EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, and it's also known as tapping or EFT tapping. Yeah. Do you?
What I don't know if you want to have another question, just because you can move. You'll be free to talk as much as you want, but there will be that. How came and what is the philosophy behind? Who created this?
Okay, so EFT originated from a therapy called TFT. And there was a doctor back in America called Dr. Roger Callahan, who developed TFT. And he found out that TFT worked as in tapping on acupressure points. And he discovered by accident that certain points stimulated on the body helped one of his clients to overcome water phobia. And then he developed a whole therapy method based on the acupressure points. However, for each type of issue, there was one different algorithm of tapping points within the body. And tapping points, I mean acupressure, related to acupuncture, as well known. And then one day there was this, I think he was an electric engineer. He was an engineer. His name was Gary Craig, and he went to take his course on, and seeing the body, the human body, as one whole system, electromagnetic system, he figured, okay, so we have all these algorithms, we have this huge manual of tapping sequences for each issue that we want to tap on. What if we, okay, so if we tap on this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point, I think we cover the whole system. And then we don't have to use different algorithms for different stuff. So then he created E.F.T. And it's been helping many people with many different issues, from PTSD to depression. And now with research, they found out that decreases the production of cortisol in the body and enhances the production of feel-good hormones. It's good for blood pressure. It's good for many things, for addictions, for so many things. And then it has evolved since then. Other people created other modalities of it, matrix reprint. There's one that is called faster E.F.T, and then there is a discussion whether if it's E.F.T or not, because E.F.T is pretty fast anyway. And so people have been changing, creating different modalities. There is tapping trauma technique, which is only tapping, you don't speak, for people who went through severe trauma. So many modalities have been developed over the years, from TFT and then EFT and so on.
Oh, great. It's wonderful. I tried it a couple of times, and I think it is wonderful. It's very simple in a way,
Yeah.
but so profound, but needed really to have someone to guide you through the thing, because you can't really, okay, I'm doing, it's not working because you don't know every single place. Because sometimes we see people using complementary therapy in the courses that you go, one day I am practicing, well, hold on, it's not that. It's very important to search someone that really knows the stuff, simply jump and think that just one day you know everything. That is a misconception.
Yeah. And there's just one thing, there's a lot of scripts on the web available for EFT, and they're great for making you feel good at that moment. They take away the edge, but EFT works best when you work with specifics. So you need a practitioner to actually dig in with you and for you, and tap on what is really bothering you, the root of the issue that you are bringing in to the consultation.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of issue could be?
Trauma. It's very common, and then most of the times you will see that you get clients because they come for one issue, and then and they have no idea it's connected to trauma, and you end up treating trauma, eating disorders, depression, and the relationships you cannot move on, so you still feel that resentment, you're still bearing the grudge. So EFT is great for letting go, for breaking free from all the grudge, all the stuff that went wrong. It's great for self-esteem. It's very good for self-esteem. It's good for emotional blocks, things that happen in your life that you cannot. You sometimes you go through talking therapy, and you keep on talking about that thing for years and years, still feeling the same way. Mm-hmm. EFT completely changes the brain chemistry, and it makes you feel different about that, makes you feel neutral. So then you can treat smoking, weight loss, because it completely changes the way you relate to food. Mm-hmm. family issues, your own identity in terms of conflicts.
Okay.
Not that it changes identities, people know, but it helps you to take possession of your identity, finding out who you are. Very profound stuff, really.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Phobia, great for phobia.
And how is EFT tapping performed?
Okay, what we do, so we have a few steps. So let's say, for example, you come to me saying, you know, I have this this mother-in-law of mine, you know, she's driving me nuts. Okay, so this is very general statement. What we do then, what I'm going to do with you is ask you, so when was the last time she made you feel that she doesn't like you, that you're not worth it or something like that? And then you say to me, oh, last Sunday she criticized my food heavily and we had a horrible day. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, okay, so how do you feel about what happened on Sunday? And you will say to me, well, I think I feel angry about it. So we will name first the emotion. How do you feel about that specific fact? 1. Okay. And then 2, where in your body do you feel that emotion? You say, okay, yes, I think I feel it in my chest. So 2. So you have emotion and you have place in your body, or the location in your body. And then 3, from 0 to 10, how angry do you feel? As in 10 being the strongest and 0 neutral. You say to me, I think my rating is a 5 or 6. I'll pick always the highest. So it means you're 60% angry. It's quite high, right? So you have 3 elements plus the fact. It's important to have a specific fact. And bear in mind that if we're talking about trauma, it's a different technique, because my aim is not to trigger the trauma in you. So I will use techniques to dissociate you from the traumatic fact. Okay, so this is a basic example. So we're gonna tap. We will make a setup phrase, and we're gonna tap on the side of the hand, and we're gonna say, even though my mother-in-law said my food was horrible on Sunday, and I feel this anger in my chest, I deeply and completely accept myself. And why do we do this? Because we want to slightly trigger your stress response in your brain amygdala. Okay? And then we do it 3 times. And at the same time, we want to reassure your brain that everything's fine, that the issue is being taken care of. Okay, we do it 3 times. After we do it 3 times, we proceed on to tapping on top of the head, and we say, and then we repeat the emotion and where in your body it lies. So this anger in my chest. Okay, and then we go to beginning of your eyebrow, always following the face bone. Then end of your eyebrow, this anger in my chest. Under the eye, this anger in my chest. Between nose and mouth, this anger in my chest. Between your mouth and your chin, right here in this fold, this anger in my chest. Okay, and then just below your collarbone here, you can either massage it, the sore spot, or you can tap. Yeah, this anger in my chest, any side, by the way, any hand. Okay, and then underarm, where your bra strap is, right there on your rib, this anger in my chest. So for every point, you repeat the phrase. And then you do a few rounds of that, and then you check in with your emotions, with your ratings again. You will notice that 60%, that number 6, will go down, and the aim is to bring it to a 0. And then, of course, it's something that's been going on for years between you and your mother-in-law. So other memories will start coming up. And sometimes your ratings will go up because you will remember something in the middle of tapping. So we will tap on stuff. And when you get to pretty significant stuff, if these memories will lead you to something that kind of was the strongest memory for you between you and your mother-in-law, And we tap on that, then you get what the amazing thing about EFT, you get cascade effect. And then once you tap on that one major stuff, the other stuff that they were just adding up, they get shifted as well. And then you will find another amazing thing, that you will find that your mother-in-law will slightly change their behavior towards you, because in fact we interact with people through our subconscious mind most of the time. Like 80% of our interaction with the world is through subconscious. If you are changing your subconscious mind, you won't be interacting on that level anymore. That is so negative with the other person. And then things change, things get lighter. I've had like amazing results with clients who had problems with other people, and we tapped on stuff, and as a result people changed, situations changed, completely shifted. That, it's amazing.
And because as you are not, this doesn't affect you anymore, you don't, the invisible word that we don't see but exist, we will be doing different, because your attitude is changing in the level of subconsciousness, and the word of no words, because we needed to remember that before we speak as a human, make words, we used to use just the invisible word of no words. Doesn't have an explanation about this. You can't really use words in that word, but it's very interesting. Is like the reaction that we have with a baby. The mother knows what the baby wants. The baby doesn't say nothing. But we know what it is, and we know, just no, that's fine. And when we change this attitude, as you are mentioned, this invisible thing, this invisible, is start to move in another direction too, because you're not react. You'll be no react anymore in the same thing. So as you start to stop something, suddenly you are doing something else.
That's true. And speaking of baby, you can also have like surrogate tapping for other people. You can tap on yourself, thinking of the other person, and that can help the other person as well. There's some amazing techniques in EFT.
Yeah, is the word that we are discovering with these therapies is wonderful. Is crazy. So in that way, there is another, is like a let me see, a complement of you are saying that using EFT tapping to treat mental health.
Oh yes, absolutely, yes. I like this book I have here from Dr. Peter Stapleton. It's called Science Behind Tapping. And she's a PhD. She's a major. She's the lead researcher in EFT, and she says that actually EFT comes within the fourth wave of the therapies that've been developed in the last century. So it's actually great for mental health. It's absolutely amazing. And she even compares it with CBT. She says, CBT is very good, but the thing with CBT is that the client needs to do their homework for it to work. And EFT, you don't need to do homework. So yeah, it's amazing for mental health.
Just keep it on the session, during the session. No need to go and training or keep doing when you are not with a therapist, right?
Really don't need to. I mean, you can learn and apply on your daily basis, but you don't have to. You don't have to. You can tap. Tapping is always good. If you've had a tiresome day and you're exhausted, before bed you do a bit of tapping. Just relax. It relaxes your brain.
Yes, and in that point, do you think that tapping is related to the vibration that the body respond to that vibration? Because tapping, in the end, you are causing like waves.
Yes, because you're tapping on acupressure points, and these are connected to your electromagnetic system within the body, and affects and shifts around all your brain chemistry and your neurons. So if you have lots of neuron, the place where, for example, where you most produce serotonin is in your intestines, is in your gut,
Mm-hmm.
and is the place where you have more neurons in your gut than in your brain. It means it changes your whole body. It makes it puts your body in an energetic harmony. So yes, answering your question, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if we are going, we can take this more. If the people doesn't believe or have a doubt, you can go to the quantum physics, because the waves of the energy that move. Because if you are like in a lake and you drop a stone in a lake, and you can see that that wave go further and further, because if the lake is very steady, no movement. So when you are typing in your body, and we are 70% minimum of water, you are doing the same. You are moving that energy. Now you are.
Around, yes, yes. And there is that, as you mentioned, quantum, the quantum aspects of it. Imagine that you've been holding grudge against your mother-in-law for years. You're vibrating in this low frequency of resentment, and that gets resolved. What happens? You go there, and you end up helping her as well, because she won't find a connection here. She will have to go up to be
Mhm.
able to connect with you in a better way. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you change the whole like the whole relationship, because if the person, for example, in the case of the example of the mother-in-law, that you go over there, or a boss that you hate, you know.
Absolutely.
So if you are not in the same level to have that disagreement, the person say, "Oh my God, she's not reacting the same way." So make the people to try to find a way to interact with you, or just simply give up.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. And then sometimes there is not even that kind of uh, that line of thought. Things just change naturally once you start tapping many times. You find that the whole environment changes. Things change. Things that had been blocked for a while, they suddenly they kind of unfold, and things start moving on. If you are terrified, for example, that you're going to have a job interview tomorrow, EFT will help you to just do it smoothly, really, and be able to present your best
Mm-hmm.
for their job interview. So yeah, I'm a biggest fan, I think, of EFT.
Well, I can tell that I'm going to be another one, because it's very, very interesting. Very interesting. I experienced, as I mentioned before, with a friend of mine, and one of the courses that I did about therapy, they offer to try tapping for you as a therapist, because we are now talking about the public in general. We
Yeah.
are talking about clients, but also we have they are clients too, but they work straight away with people
Yeah.
in the environment, like nurses, doctors, and the proper therapists that we like, Reiki therapists, you yourself and our others, is something that can really support them in terms to deal with the stressful work, because everybody think that when they come to us, we don't have no trouble, no problem, nothing. But we also need is a kind of hygienic. Now you need to really to make sure that you are balanced to receive someone in that state, right?
Yes, you cannot help another person if you're not well yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
totally.
is recommend for everybody, is you we can arrange a group of people.
Yes, for practitioners, yes. And by the way, I need, as an EFT practitioner, you need to attend supervision sessions.
Okay.
You need, and it's not, also they don't make it obligatory, but I for example, I do attend therapy sessions for myself so I can look after my own issues, and I do not, so things don't, my own issues won't bleed into the sessions that I have with my clients. I need to have my mind quite clear, and as you said, as you put quite right, like the being hygienic and be clear and clean before you get to see other people. Otherwise, it's how can you how so it makes you feel like a hypocrite sometimes.
Yeah.
Somebody comes to you with that same, and it's funny because you get the clients, they're the best for you. Somebody comes to you with an issue and you say, oh, that's me sitting in front of me, and how can I now help this person if I'm not helping myself?
Exactly.
If I'm sweeping stuff under the carpet, who am I as a therapist, as an EFT practitioner? How am I going to help this person if I'm not looking into my own stuff?
This happened very is you attract, is the pure law of attraction. You attract what you vibrate. So if you, in the end, another person that come to you is indirectly helping you to become a better person, a better therapist.
Yeah.
And also when you deal with this, the next person that comes, you'll be more able to help them and support them because you too face that trouble.
Yes, yes, and you can only talk about the path if you have tread on that path yourself.
Exactly. Otherwise, how you can I know I never saw this. How can I deal with this?
Yeah.
But have been a pleasure to have you in here. It was lovely, and thank you so much, Juliana.
Thank you. I enjoyed it very much.
It's very nice, and I would like just that you how the people can find you, how you can contact you.
Okay. So I'm on Instagram at EFT practitioner, or you can find me on www.efttherapylondon.co.uk. You have my email there, my phone number. You can leave me a message. I always reply. And please do not spam me with advertising.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time. Thank you.
Wonderful. It was lovely. It was very nice to talk with you this, and I hope to see you next time.
Thank you so much. And me too.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Bye.
Sol. Thank you.